With just 48 hours to go until the debate comes an endorsement that could be critical to this Republican nomination. Joining me now in a Kelly File exclusive, Tony Perkins, president of the Family Research Council and author of No Fear, Real Stories of a Courageous New Generation Standing for Truth. Tony, good to see you. So they all wanted you. You are an influential man in conservative circles, in particular with evangelicals. So who are you endorsing?
Well, Megan, as I promised, I would let your viewers know first. And let me just say up front, this is a personal endorsement, not from any of the nonprofit organizations that I lead. After looking at these candidates, talking with them, and I have many friends in this race, but I believe the one who is best positioned, best prepared to lead this nation forward, pulling it out of the tailspin that this president has put us in, I believe is Ted Cruz. He's smart, he's bold. Much like you, he's not afraid to upset people, to do the right thing. He's not worried about making everybody happy, and I think if you're making everybody happy, you're not doing the right things. And I've known Ted, I've supported Ted, I've worked closely with him in the Senate. And you know, Megan, this is about his standing on conservative principles. It's about his standing on the Constitution, not his standing in the polls or his standing with his colleagues. That's why I support him. He's a bold leader. He's the kind of leader we need right now in America.
Why not Trump? Because I know he had courted you as well, and many evangelicals really love him. I mean, it's not just because you're evangelical doesn't mean you go with the most conservative candidate necessarily.
Well, and look, I mean, evangelicals are pretty complex. I mean, we're not single-focused, single-issue voters. There's 90 million evangelicals in this country. And Donald Trump, there are things about him that are attractive. I actually find him interesting. I would consider him, at least we've laid a foundation for a friendship. I'm not going to say anything negative about Donald Trump. I want to talk about who I think is right now.
What did it, though? What I'm trying to get at is what did it for you? Like, what was it about Cruz?
Well, because I know him. I've worked with him. I've watched him in the Senate. I've seen him stand up against his colleagues. I've seen him take the criticism, and he's simply doing what he said he was going to do when he ran for office.
But you heard what Donald Trump said. He can't get along with it. Nobody likes him.
Look, if everybody gets along with you in this city, you're in trouble, because that means you're not doing anything worthwhile. Look, all I can say is he has done exactly what he said he was going to do when he ran for the United States Senate. I supported him when he was an underdog against actually some other friends. One of the guys he ran against ended up working for me. All good guys, but I believe he was the right guy for the right time to come to the Senate and shake things up, and I believe he is the right guy to lead this country forward. I trust Ted to do what needs to be done to make our families safe again, to give our country a reputation that has standing among the nations. I believe he's the right guy. But let me ask you this
before I have to go. Donald Trump says he can get deals done and that he has a proven history of it. He says Ted Cruz cannot because he's been an alienating force in the Senate. Your thoughts?
Look, leadership is not all about making deals. Leadership is about standing on principle, about respecting the Constitution. No one understands the Constitution like Ted Cruz. He's argued before the Supreme Court 9 times. He's written 60 briefs for the Supreme Court. The next president will nominate 2 to 3 Supreme Court justices. I believe Ted will be the best one to select a conservative or a constitutionalist for the court. I'm concerned about where some of the other candidates would come from when it comes to the court, which, as you know, Megan, is very important in the direction this country takes.
And people forget to talk about it, you know, in the campaign season, but the court is huge. And Ted Cruz, yeah, he clerked for Chief Justice Rehnquist, which is, imagine like clerking for the Chief Justice and then returning to appoint justices as the U.S. President. Pretty cool for him. Tony, great to see you.
Thank you, Megan. Good to be with you tonight. And I'll see you in Iowa. I'll be there.
Oh, good. I'll be there, too.